Dave Hirschman, AOPA Media.
Richard McSpadden, AOPA Air Safety Institute.
And today we're going to introduce Richard to the 1944 Staggerwing. And this radial engine, old school Art Deco airplane. We're going to see how Richard gets along with it. And he's flown other Beech models before, so this is like going back to the very origin.
Can't wait.
AOPA keeps flying safe, accessible, and fun by protecting your freedom to fly. We are the most trusted one-stop resource for all things related to general aviation. Become an AOPA pilot today.
And this is the seat to ride in back here.
Yeah.
First thing you'll probably be wondering is, where are my shoulder straps?
I figured out pretty quickly that there are none.
This is my first trick, is that I have started it twice now with the fuel off. Now you'll prime it and expect it to leak.
There we go. Okay.
It's going to be, throttle just cracked.
Okay.
Mags on. And then your starter switch is over there.
It's like kind of a normal start. Really.
Yeah. It'll start. It'll go. It'll start right up.
Okay.
Looking good over there?
Yep, plenty of room on this side.
Okay. I can see pretty close to all the way down on this side. We got set. Fire magnetos are on both. Flight controls we checked multiple times. We're doing a no-flap takeoff. And we'll get the tail wheel locked as soon as I straighten it.
Just can feel that to confirm that it's locked. Once you've done that, we're ready for a takeoff.
Okay.
About 4 seconds to full power.
All right, here we go.
Okay, full power and tail low. Try not to stay off those brakes. Off the brakes. Okay, gear up. Right away. There you go.
Back on the manifold picture?
Yeah, let's keep the climb coming in this. There you go. And then now the gear is up. So let's go to 30 inches on the manifold.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough. And then next is the propeller, 2,000 on the RPM. And that's just a straight pull it out. There you go. All right, right turn westbound.
Takeoff was really sloppy, Dave. What was up?
Well,
with that, you think?
I felt that there was a little, I think you got the right brake at one time.
Did I? Okay.
And it was, but it's like we were definitely drifting left on the takeoff.
Yeah, for sure.
And I don't know, maybe if you I don't think you raised the tail wheel early or anything.
No, it felt like it kind of came up when it.
Yeah, no, it felt fine, and you had good rudder authority when it did come up. So, I'm not really sure. It doesn't seem to need a huge amount of right rudder, but it was definitely drifting left, despite the crosswind was coming from the right.
That's
so
what
you would think that it's.
You think we'd weather
that the right crosswind would negate the left turning tendency.
Yeah.
So it should have been about a wash. That's what I was expecting it to.
Yeah. What'd you say, manifold pressure at 20?
Well, 25 for the climb, and actually 25 is a good cruise setting as well. It's
okay.
At low altitude.
And here below 3, you just keep the mixture rich, do you?
Yeah, I would keep it rich, and then once we, I think we're high enough now that I can switch to one of the wing tanks.
Okay.
You ready to do that?
Yep. I want to watch you do it.
Okay, so it's the pointy end is the tank we're feeding off of. So now we've selected the lower valve, and that's on the left lower.
Left lower, okay. Which is
And then and that's a good practice, is to make sure that the indicator is on the
52.
is on the one you've selected.
We're flying a Staggerwing, Dave.
Yeah, it's not. We've flown some fun planes together, haven't we? This is gonna be the coolest.
You got to be careful what you wish for in this life, you know?
True.
It just has a habit of happening.
And frankly, I'd never. The Staggerwing was always beyond my ambitions, because I just thought it's not gonna happen. So why torture yourself thinking about it?
Right, yeah. I just admired him on the ground like everybody else, you know?
All right, what you gonna show me now that we're in the practice area?
Well, you know what I'd love to do is just do a few turns with it, just, steep turns and stuff. And then I would like to do some slow flight. Feel how it feels it slow, and then even stall it.
Yep.
Okay. So, we're out of the class Delta, so I'll just do a quick clearing turn here.
Tell me what you're observing as you do it. You notice any adverse yaw?
You know, I can't say I did, but I was cross-checking the the ball, the coordinator, to make sure. In general, it is heavier on the controls than I, for some reason, was anticipating, because it's a heavy airplane. You got those two big wings up there.
Right, and the more you deflect it, the heavier it gets.
All right, so let's slow down and do some slow flight.
Okay, give me a little blast of carb heat.
Okay, coming at you. Little carb heat. You said flap speed's 100.
Yeah, and the lower the better. So let's use 90 as And let's tell you what. If you're going to stall it, let's just stall it clean first.
Okay. Yeah, let's just go right into the stall.
Just read out what you're seeing as you
All right,
do it.
There's 65, 55.
Frederick Tower, Skyline 471 Mike Romeo on Bravo.
There's 50. There's about 40 something. There it is. Very nice nose brake down. Very clean stall, actually.
All right, you ready for a landing or two?
Well, I'm ready.
It's full flaps, yeah.
Okay.
And so what you do is, instead of leaving it down, you just sort of go middle.
Back into middle? Okay.
Yeah, and that just turns the motor off.
All right, I'm going to go gear down. There's nothing to prep with it. Just put the gear down.
Out, down.
Out, down.
Yep.
Okay. And you just got one gear down indicator.
That's correct. That's all you will have. Okay, airspeed's 85, just where you want it.
Okay.
The power is at 20 inches. That's good too. You'll want to hold that power until we're right down in the flare. Okay, good. Airspeed's good. Now you can start working the power back.
Okay.
Okay, we're... Power to idle, nice, and then just work that tail wheel to the ground. Nice job. Hold on to it.
Staggerwing 67555, turn right on out to 3, taxi 214 via.
I do think it's the detectability is good here, just like you said out there. It's blind on the right side, which is when you don't have a right seat passenger. I'm sure that's
it's you'll really appreciate having somebody in this right seat.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's still in one piece. And my heart isn't too beating too fast. No, it was went really well. The conditions were a little sportier than we thought going out. It was gusting to 21. About quartering headwind on the runway we were using, but no, the airplane did great, and it was kind of tough conditions for an introduction to a demanding new airplane, but no, Richard made it look easy.
A testament to how well the airplane flies, how really smooth it flies. It'll fly to where you put it, and that I think I had to get used to that, Dave, on the initial takeoff. It was a little wonky because I just wasn't flying it enough. I didn't put enough control inputs in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like getting used to that. We went out to the area, some slow flights, some stalls, and all that stuff helped me just with the amount of control movement.
Right.
And then coming back in here, the first landing, that was a pretty good crossing we came into. So. Yeah.
What were your impressions of the airplane? What was it, in your experience, what was it like or unlike?
I just thought, well, first you got to get over the infatuation with it, and say, okay, I got to, and you're loving flying the thing, and then you say, okay, I got to go back and land it. And reality sets in. But it was heavier than I thought it would be on the controls. But then you think it's a heavy airplane. It was the gross weights on it like close to 5,000 pounds, I think, somewhere in that neighborhood. So. But I loved it. I loved the big 985. First time I've flown that. Well, I flew a Beech 18 one time. So, but other than that, single engine, that big 985.
Right.
That's a fun engine. And other than that, it lands. I thought the landing, once you get on the mains, it really behaves well. Once you get on the mains like that, I was really pleased with how well it does once you get on the mains. And then right before the tail wheel hits the ground, you warned me about it, and you're right. It gets you got to be on the rudders right before that tail wheel hits the ground.
And you mentioned the Beech 18, and the Beech 18 is the successor. It's the one they built right after this one, and and you see some similarities. Just from everything from the yoke is the same, the landing gear are very similar. They use two of this engine. So, you can see the progression just from this to that, very, very next one in line.
And getting used to the RPM settings, right after takeoff, pulling it back and setting it at 2,000 RPM on climbs a little different. So just that number recalibration in your head's a little different.
Right.
And the way it sounds and feels. And then I think a couple times coming off, and you warned me about this, but I had to see it myself, coming off at downwind, going on to base, I get in a higher sink rate than I anticipated. And so just making sure you got to carry more power than you think.
Right.
So, you warned me about that, but I just had to see it myself.
Well done. Nice job.
Yeah, nice job on you. Good. I felt for you because you're up on the right seat. We're flying Mark's brand new Staggerwing, and all you can do is cheer me on.
Just trying to stay out of the way.